Welcome everybody to the Zoom today. This is actually supposed to be a Facebook Live, y'all. But today, I guess Facebook is going through some changes or something, and I wasn't able to see pictures in my inbox. I can't listen to voice clips in my inbox. All I can do is text in the inbox, and then all the people who tried to go live today, it didn't allow them to see them. It's just weird. I don't know what's going on, but it's okay because technology, as long as you got some form to get in front of people, that's okay. But I want to share this information, okay, because one of my millionaire mentors taught me to do 1 to 3 universal deposits a day, okay? A universal deposit is basically when you do something for somebody or you give somebody some type of value or you help someone in some area of life, okay, and you're just doing it out of the goodness of your heart, okay? And the more you give, the more you receive, as you know this. So today I'm going to give you some value. Hopefully you can use it in your business. Do we got anybody on here who's maybe an entrepreneur? Is it all entrepreneurs? I'm guessing there's mostly entrepreneurs here. So let's see. Entrepreneurs, where you at? You can type in the chat. You're an entrepreneur or you just employee, just an only employee, but you're not thinking of whatever, okay? Yes. Okay, cool. So we do have some entrepreneurs. All right, let's see. So the topic was how I went from making $100 a year, okay, online to never having to worry about money again. All right, that's the main topic. And the things that I did, it completely changed the trajectory of my life. So maybe you may be doing well online, or you may be struggling online or offline, or whatever the case may be. Here are some things that I did, that helped me go from nothing, like literally $100 a year. I would wake up, I remember waking up and not knowing what to do. I would kind of be on Facebook, but I really didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know there was a certain strategy toward it. And when I would reach out to leaders, they would leave me on scene. You know what scene is on Facebook, when they see a message, but they don't say nothing. But I would literally be like, this is wrong of them, or why are they doing that? Like, they're so rude, or this and this and that. But at the end of the day, you either have to serve your way to the top or you have to pay your way to the top. Remember that. You got to serve your way to the top or pay your way to the top. I didn't know that, so I thought they was just being rude to me for some reason. But if I would have came to them and was like, maybe, hey, what business are you doing? Do you do coaching or mentoring when people join you? I'm looking for some help. That's a whole different thing from just going to somebody. You have no invested interest in them. You just expect them to just teach you everything for free, okay? So you can't have a something for nothing mentality if you're trying to earn online, okay? Super important. So what did I start doing? I started to buy courses, okay? So because I didn't know where mentors were, I didn't even know it was such thing as a mentor, y'all. So I started to buy these courses, and these courses started to train me on different skills that I didn't even know existed, okay? So if you're struggling right now, understand this. You can do it, okay? You can do it. If you see people online making $10,000 a month or more, you can do the same thing. How many of you on here believe that you can actually do it, okay? Actually believe, like, you know what? If other people can do it, so can I. Because honestly, that is what really kept me going, because I could have easily just quit. But when I started seeing women, men, people of all walks of life, okay, doing it, it was just like, all I got to do is figure out the skills. And you can do the same thing once you decide to figure out the skills that you're lacking or you're not applying, okay? So I would go and search out the greats, okay, until I found a strategy that worked for me. Now, some of you may not want to do online. Some of you may want to do offline. Some of you may want to do Facebook. Some of you may not want to do this and this. But you have to understand, you have to pick 1 or 2 strategies, okay, marketing strategies, and do it until you can get some type of traction, okay? You can't just be the type that say, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do that. What you can't do, you must do. What you are afraid to do, you must do, okay? Very important. Those are the main things. Usually when people say, I don't want to do this or that, those be the main things that's going to change their life to getting them to $10,000 per month. So your thoughts, So what did I learn? What did I look for? Okay. I started to look at what the thoughts of these people who were making all these money were. I started to understand that obviously thoughts, okay, thoughts create emotions. Emotions create feelings. Feelings create what? Actions. Actions create results. So if you have some type of goal, whether it's $5,000 a month or $10,000 a month or whatever the goal is, understand that these things have to be in alignment. So you can't continue to focus on all of the things that you don't want, like, and expect to get the results that you want. Do you get what I'm saying? So what did I do? Like I said, I started to look at their thoughts, okay? I would listen to what they were saying because it gave the secret to the way that they thought, okay? Then I would next think and ask, I would ask them, like, what type of emotions are you feeling on a daily basis? If something happened to me where I was looking at this law of attraction video, and they talked about the emotional scale. And I believe the emotional scale completely changed my life because I didn't know that emotions play so much of an important role of why people are failing or whether they're successful, okay? Because what happens is when you have an emotion, all right, usually the emotions come from what you're thinking about. So if you don't like the way that you feel on a daily basis, you need to start looking at your thoughts. And when you create an emotion, like if you're sad or you're mad or you keep thinking about something that happened in the past over and over, what happens is it sends a chemical through your body, okay? It sends chemicals through your bodies, and those chemicals release like different, I forget what it's called, okay? They have scientific research that states that this stuff is true. They release chemicals, and what happens is the more you keep thinking about it and feeling thoughts that are like it and emotions that are like it, it creates an addiction, okay? It's really scary once I started learning this information. I'm like, an addiction, it literally creates an addiction to where you will be feeling depressed or sad or for some reason, and you don't even know why, because you've been thinking of these thoughts over and over. These chemicals are releasing, and it's causing you to have similar people, things, and places keep on showing up over and over and over, okay? So it's very, very important that you get a hold of your emotions because they're going to be addicting. They're going to cause addicting factors for you that you need to stop immediately. Otherwise, you're going to go in a spiral. This is why you hear people saying they lost their house, they lost this, they fell on the stairs. All type of crazy stuff can happen if you don't catch it. It's called a spiral, okay? So you have to learn how to manage your emotions. Once I learned that emotions were this powerful, I started to research how do I control, my emotions. And the next thing is, like I said, your feelings and your actions. So I started to look at what these people were doing as far as their actions. They have a high work ethic, okay? What were they doing? What exactly what they were doing on a daily basis? Because you can see somebody out there making a lot of money. Just because you see them post, you don't see what they're doing in the background. And a lot of times what they're doing in the background, for example, the conversations that they're having or the environments that they're putting people in, if you don't know that, you're just going to think that they just posting on Facebook or Instagram or whatever, and they're just getting rich because they're doing that. But it's other things that you need to learn. And it's okay. The good news is that if you learn these skills, you'll never have to worry about money again. When I first started, I didn't know how to talk on a video. I didn't know how to talk to people. I didn't know anything to say, okay? I was like, okay, what do I do, right? If these people who making all this money are doing these things, and when you hear them, you feel some type of way because of the way that they speak. I'm like, how the heck am I gonna make $10,000 a month or $20,000 or $30,000 if I'm just little old me? So if you're thinking that right now, understand all you have to do is literally take 3 months, 12 months, okay, 24 months, and just every day focus on the skills that you need to acquire, because it may not happen overnight for you. And you should be okay with that, because at the end of the day, people work 40 years at a job, okay, and retire off of half of the income that they're making. So for you to take 90 days, 12 months, a year, okay, or two, and work on yourself, you can completely make a dramatic income. But the key is you have to work on yourself, because if you're doing this opportunity and that opportunity and that opportunity, you're taking your same self to the next opportunity. So if it don't work for you, you're going to say it's your sponsor's fault or this or that, when in reality, it's really you needing to understand that you need to learn the skills to be successful. And once you learn these skills, what happens? Any program that you go to, you can completely and utterly demolish the program, okay? But if you're not willing to work on yourself, which is very unfair to yourself if you're not willing to do that, okay, then you're not going to get the results. And if you don't believe that you can do it, if you're the type of person saying, I can never recruit anybody, nobody wants to join me, I keep attracting all these people who don't have any money. If you keep saying that, you're proclaiming it to the universe. Your subconscious mind don't understand you just talking to somebody, okay? It don't understand that you just saying that. But you want to say, okay, I'm doing affirmations. But every time you complain, every time you do stuff like that and have negative emotions, you negate all of the affirmations and the hard work that you even did, okay? So I highly recommend you start following the visualization, okay? These are principles. Principle means that these are laws. Laws mean that these things work for everybody who follows it. But like I said, the 4 agreements of thoughts, emotions, actions, and results, they have to be in alignment. So you can't keep saying, I want to make $10,000 a month, but your thoughts align with, I don't know how to recruit. I don't want to learn how to recruit. Nobody want to talk to me. Nobody has any money. Stop saying that stuff, okay? Because you're proclaiming that that's for you. Anything that you say, you need to be saying what you want. Because I asked this one lady, she was talking about what she wanted in a man. She said, I don't want a man who smokes. I don't want a man who don't got no job. I don't want a man this, and that. She was literally naming all of the things that she don't want and expecting her to get what she wants. So when you're trying to get something, you have to switch it from the positive aspect of it. Don't say it in the negative, okay? You got to say it in the positive, and as if you already have it, okay? The other thing that you need to understand, there are 4 levels of learning. And I want you to go look up in your own time, learn how to research stuff, okay? Learn how to research stuff, because I didn't have nobody say, hey, go do this and go do that. No, you need to learn how to research stuff, okay? Like whatever you're struggling in, go research it, okay? There's plenty of YouTube videos for free on how to build a team, on how to recruit, all this stuff. Now, you're not gonna get the whole full version, because if you don't pay, you don't pay attention. Remember that. You don't pay attention. That's why I don't promote free programs, because you're gonna have a lot of people who are not gonna show up, they're not gonna do nothing, they're gonna expect you to do the work for you, and you're gonna have a headache, okay? That's another thing. So learn the 4 levels of learning, because no matter what you start, you're not gonna know how to do it at first, okay? You're not gonna know. You're gonna be in a mindset of, I don't even know what I need to know. That's where a lot of people struggle online, because they're in the process of, I don't even know that I need to know this information, okay? And then the next stage is you become aware, okay, obviously it's some skills that I need to learn. It's names for this. I forgot the names though, but you can look it up. The second one is you become aware. First, you just in la la land. You're just like, okay, I'm about to join this opportunity and I'm about to make a lot of money. We're gonna get rich. And then when it don't happen, you're like, what happened? This don't work. No, it's you, okay? It's you. And sometimes it can be the company that you're with. Sometimes it is, like, it just depends. The next, once you come in, you're in la la land, you don't even know that you need to learn how to invite people. There's a strategy, okay? You don't know that you need to learn what to do and what to say. You don't know that. Most people don't know that. Then the second phase, they meet somebody, or somebody comes into their life, okay? Thank God. And they're researching, ask, seek, find, right? They research on somebody come in their life and they tell them, hey, you need to, it's some skills. Did you know it's some skills in network marketing that can cause you to become a boss in network marketing? And then they're like, oh, okay. That's the next stage. You're like, okay, I'm aware that I need to work on these skills. The third stage is you start to use willpower. You start learning it, okay? And you're using willpower. You got to use willpower. You got to force yourself to wake up and plan your day. You got to force yourself to do affirmations and visualization. You got to force yourself to invite, or whatever the case may be in your daily method of operation is, right? And then the 4th stage is you do it on autopilot. You do it on autopilot where nobody have to tell you to do anything. You got it now, okay? Yes. Nothing. I was saying I was uploading the video file. She did it better now. I'm gonna email it to you. Okay, so that's the fourth stage. You want to get to the part where you, I think it's called unconsciously competent or something like that, where you're doing it on autopilot. I'm at that stage right now where if I don't do certain things that I know that's going to make me money, I just feel crazy, right? Boom. That's the next thing, the 4 levels of learning. Other thing you need to understand is gratitude is key, okay? Gratitude is key. Happiness literally comes from gratitude. When you learn how to be grateful for what you have, okay, and grateful for your experience, even if it's BS, you will have a whole nother light. Like when I became to the point where I became grateful for my situation when I was broke, okay, when I didn't have anybody to provide for me, even though I was married, when I became grateful for my situation, I used to hold this anger in my heart. I used to be so pissed and it was blocking a lot of my blessings. But when I became grateful, because if it wasn't for that situation, honestly, I would not be here. I don't know where I will be, because that pushed me so much. When you understand that if it's up to me, when you truly understand it's up to me, it's up to you, and you are willing to do the work for the sacrifice, what you need to sacrifice, then you can have anything in this world. But you have to expect gratitude for the BS, and you have to express gratitude for the little things, no matter how small they are, okay? Now, if you're using Facebook or Instagram, I need you to understand this, okay? You need an audience, okay? You need an audience. If you don't have an audience, okay, if you're one of those people in a no friends club, right, you need to understand that you need to build your audience, because no matter what you promote, if you claim that you're using Instagram, or if you claim that you're using Facebook, and you're not building an audience or getting to 5,000 friends as fast as possible, you're kidding yourself. You're literally kidding yourself, okay? It's if you just have 300 friends or 500 friends, anything less than 2,500 friends, you have not built an audience, okay? And it don't take long to do this, okay? So if you're the type of person who say, I don't know anybody, go connect with bosses, okay? Go connect with bosses. Or if you get people who never have the money to join your program, you need to start connecting with bosses, and you need to decide to become a boss, because bosses do not want to join people who they don't believe who have some type of leadership or some type of skills to go to the next level. And you don't have to have results to portray yourself as a leader, okay? You just need to start working on yourself and then start sharing some of the things that you're doing, and people will be attracted to you because of that, okay? So you gotta know that, and you gotta learn how to manage your emotions, okay? Manage your emotions, because at the end of the day, if you want to make money online, guess what? I got something to tell you. All right, people can be off the chain, and if you let people throw you off, that's your fault. That's your fault. You have to understand what you're getting into. It's different type of personalities, and you may get along with some people, you may not get along with somebody. But that's okay. You shouldn't let that get you down. If people say no to you in your business, you shouldn't be like, oh no, this doesn't work, okay? You know what I mean? So you need to lead by example, okay? Does anybody on here know how to recruit at least 10 people, okay? Anybody on here know how to recruit at least 10 people in your business, okay? Just type of yes. If you're in a program right now and you have personally brought in 10 people, or you're in a program and you know for a fact that you can recruit 10 people, okay? Most people run away from recruiting, but can I tell you something? Those people are the broke people. Do you understand what I'm saying? Those people are the broke people, okay? They broke. And these are the people who going partying, they doing everything except whatever. Sales, recruiting, most people are scared of that. They don't like that word, okay? But I'm just gonna be honest with you. If you just sit down and learn a few steps, it's not really even hard. I promise you it's not hard once you learn the skills. It's only hard if you don't know how to do it. Just like when you was trying to ride a bike, right? Wasn't that hard at first? Wasn't you kind of scared? But after you do it, you like, this is easy. You learn how to move your feet and do the things and all this stuff. Once you learn how to do that, okay, if you can bring at least 10 people into a business, let me tell you something. Once you bring in 10 people to your business, you are now officially on the other side, Okay, now if you don't know how, that's okay. Okay, that's okay. All you have to do is learn the skills. But the first step is making the decision to lead by example. To lead by example, because you all know this. If you bring one person into your opportunity, 2 people, 3 people, you know most of those people not gonna do nothing. Most people don't even do what they need to do for their own lives, right? So if you go to the other side and you go 10 to 27 or more people, right? Then you are now leading by example. And I guarantee you, you're going to be able to attract a lot of people to you, because what they want to hear, they want to know, what are you doing? What's the strategy? That's what leaders want to know. They want to know the strategies. And if you don't have a strategy, okay, they are going to pass you by, okay? So you have to become a member of the group that is able to bring in at least 10 people into your business. If you don't know how, you need to get with your mentor and literally have a conversation with them, all right, and ask them, what do you need to do? Now, if your leader has given you some type of training, okay, you need to be following that training. You need to go over it multiple times, okay? Because some people, when I know they don't know this, but they need to be told what to do. When you go to a job, they teach you how to do orientation, right? And you can make so much money online if you literally simply did it. If you suck, okay, if you suck, and that's okay. I used to suck too. Everybody starts off sucking. I don't know why people make a big deal of it. Everybody sucks at first. That's okay. But if you decide to stay sucking and you think you're gonna make money online, then you just kidding yourself. And if you think you can just invest in these opportunities and just let your money sit and you're gonna make money, you're gonna get scammed. Okay, you are gonna get scammed, because I was scammed out of over $30,000. Any program where you don't have to do no work and you can just make all this money, it's usually a scam. You should want to learn how to be successful so you can make unlimited income. Okay, so you got to become a member of the person who decides that I'm going to work on my skills for the next 3 months, for the next 12 months, for the next 24 months. All right, and you can become a super boss online. All right. And then after you become a member, that's by getting at least learning how to do it, bring in at least 10 people to your opportunity, okay? Once you do that, you keep going, all right? So you got to make the decision to make it happen. And if you want access to the training where you're able to bring in 10, 20, 30, 40 people in a short period of time, then let me know after this, or get with the person who brought you on here, or whatever the case may be. Because once you learn that skill, you can make a crap load of money. Now, the CEOs of businesses, they understand this. They understand this, okay? But the people who are at the bottom, they're struggling, they don't understand this, or they choose to not to get the knowledge, right? So do it, all right? And as you do it, all right, as you're in that process of learning and getting better, you need to be telling your story. And as people come on your team, you need to be what? Teaching them what you are doing. Did you hear what I said? Because it's people on here who said, yeah, that they can do it. And it's other people who said they can't. Once you learn how to do it, you need to teach your team how to do it. You need to teach your team how to do it. That's how you get duplication. Because once you learn that first step, what's going to happen is you're going to be like, well, my team isn't doing anything. The reason they're not doing anything because you brought in all the people who are not even, they don't have any skills, and they don't know what to do. So they're not gonna do anything. And then some people, they just don't do anything because they just lazy and they just don't want to do it. All right. The next thing you want to understand is you need to understand how to get people started properly. Okay. You need a system in any business that you're doing. Your upline, if your upline doesn't have a system, you need to create a system. Whether that's having a getting started guide for everybody who comes in, whether you're giving people ads when they're coming in, whether you need a system like McDonald's can hire 18-year-olds and get the same burgers, get the same results, okay? So that when people come in, they can't blame anybody but themselves, all right? That's how you get a lot of duplication, okay? First, you bring in enough people to even look at what you have, right? And look at the type of people that you're working with, because some people, they just join and do nothing, all right? There's different types of people who just join the opportunity, they disappear off the face of the earth, They didn't come to no Zoom, they didn't come to no training, they just joiners, they call joiners, right? They just disappeared. And then you got the other type of person who come in, right? And they're there, but you know, they do the bare minimum. Okay, they do the bare minimum. They're not taking massive action. They chilling. Like they just a part of the group. They happy. That's fine. You want to be good to those people. All right. You want to be good to those people. Okay, because they're gonna stick around, because some people just join just to be a part of a community, and that's fun. Like I like to join communities myself, right? And then you got the other person. They call it a hawker. Okay, they a hawker. This person is like an eagle. They a leader. They can get at least 20, 30 people on the Zoom. You can literally launch this person, okay? They can get 20, 30 people to show up at an instant. And this type of person, they looking at the type of people that they talking to, and they hawking them. They looking at bosses, they looking at leaders. And that's why it's important that you want to join somebody who can help you. So if you suck at recruiting, you need to join somebody who is good at presenting or good at closing people, so that you can use them as leverage. But if you in the system and you join somebody who suck too, now who are you gonna leverage? Unless y'all both gonna use it, the upline and the upline and the upline, right? But that's a huge secret. That's a huge secret. So if you suck, you need to have somebody presenting for you, and you need to learn how to invite properly, so you're not blabbing all over people and they go away, right? So the next thing you have to do when somebody comes into your business, all right, after you learn that first stage, what do you need to do after they come into your business? Okay, you need to make sure that you give them a warm welcome, okay, and you let them know that they are a boss, and you believe in them, and you believe that they are a leader, okay, and they need to step up as a leader, okay, and do what leaders do, okay, and just help them understand that they made the right choice. You know, most people don't do this, okay, they just bring people in and then they just throw them somewhere, and then they don't ever see them. You don't say nothing to them, they don't say nothing to you, bye. Right? But you have to have that conversation when somebody gets started with you, okay, and let them know that they are a boss. They have a vision. You know, they can do this, right? And the other thing, this is super important, is you want to set proper expectations. Okay, if you was on the last Zoom that we did with the on the team training or whatever, we was going over some of this stuff. Okay, but I don't know if some people wrote it down or not, right? But you got to set proper expectations for people when they join you. Okay, so you got to help them understand, like, hey, the great thing about this business is that you are going in business for who? For yourself. You have the support of our team. You have the support of me, all right? You have us, we're friends. We're all gonna be working together. We're all like-minded people, all right, for the process. But if you want to succeed, okay, what you gonna tell them? If you want to succeed in this business, it's going to be because you made the decision to make it happen, okay? You made that decision to, you know, and if you fail, it's gonna be because you made that choice as well. It's not me, it's not the company, it's not the product, it's not the system, all right? There are people all over the world in this business, you know, and it's gonna come down to you who having success. So are you gonna make that decision? I'm talking to you guys right now. Are you gonna make that decision? If your sponsor or whatever company you're in, just say yes or no. Are you gonna make that decision to be successful, or are you gonna make that decision to fail? Because it's up to you, okay? And you wanna have this conversation with the people who come in. Because if you don't have this conversation, they're gonna be saying, this person didn't help me. I joined in Jerwin, he didn't tell me nothing. I joined in Travis, he didn't say nothing to me. I promise you they're gonna do that. Okay, right. The next thing you're gonna talk about, this is super important, is independence. Independence. Now you're gonna let them know, all right? Let's talk about it, okay? Here's the most important part. Now, let me tell you my job, okay? My job, okay? I introduce you to this company. It is to help you become independent of me as quickly as possible. Not that we're not gonna be friends, not that you're not gonna need me, of course. I'm a resource, but I'm not an excuse, okay? I'm a resource, but I'm not an excuse, okay? I'm just someone that might be available when I can be to help you, but you have to decide how long that you want it to take, okay, for you to become independent, because that's the goal. The goal is independence, all right? So you have to let people know, like, I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna be here for you, but it's your job to build your business, okay? I'm gonna help you, but it's your job to build your business, okay? So the goal is independence, not dependence. The goal is not for you to always have me around in order to have to build your team and make money, all right? That's a good goal. That's a good goal for you to become independent. So over the next 3 months, 12 months, we're gonna be working together. We're gonna be working together. I'm gonna show you the skills that you need to be successful, and then we're gonna work on each skill as we go. I highly recommend that you get the book Go Pro, okay, to your team. Let them know this statement that I'm having with you about independence, and give them Go Pro, so that once as they're going through that book, it teaches them how to be a boss, right? It teaches them how to be a boss. And then as they're going through it, what you want to do is you can have what? Inviting, like a section in the book is called inviting. Inviting is a huge income producing activity. So if you have somebody, you really want to train them on inviting. You want to have maybe go back and forth, like, hey, how would you invite me if I was your friend? How would you invite me if I was on Facebook? How would you invite me? Because some people, they do not know how to invite. They invite people and they just blabber all over people. If they don't know how to invite properly, what's going to happen is they're going to talk to 10, 20, 30 people, and they're going to say, nobody wanted to sign up. But then somebody going to come behind them and bring them in, because they don't know how to invite properly. And they're trying to explain everything. So you need to teach them how to invite. And you can do that with that book, Go Pro. And then you can have a list of ways to invite. Like, for example, I'm creating a list of invite scripts for people who come on board, right? When people join the team, I'm going to have a list of invite scripts, some of the best invite scripts that you can have, whether you out and about, whether you online, or whatever the case may be, all right? So you can have some scripts for them, and then you want to let them know, do you have a specific place to go to put people? Like if you have a Facebook group where you can invite people and show them the information, you want to make sure they know what that is. Say, this group is for this. This group is for that. It's kind of like you're like almost like a manager, okay? Because like I said, when people have jobs, they go through orientation. So if you put them through a mini orientation where it's 15 minutes or 30 minutes or whatever the case may be, they're more likely to have rapport with you, and they're more likely to do more versus you just sign them up and then they go about their business. I used to have huge issues with people joining my team and they wasn't doing anything. And I used to be sad and stuff like that. But what was the problem? What was the real true problem? It was me. And once I started taking responsibility, I started saying, okay, well, what is this called? What is this problem that I'm having called? That's called duplication. Did you know that? If you're having people on your team and they're not doing anything, you have a duplication issue. It's not the people sometimes it's you not knowing how to do duplication. Now, a lot of times it is people, because if you don't know the numbers, like we was going over in the last training, you don't know the numbers that most people quit on themselves, they quit on their job, they quit on everything, then you're gonna get discouraged thinking it's only you. Now, part of it was me and part of it was the people. I didn't know the numbers. I didn't know that most people wasn't gonna do anything. I didn't know all these things. So I started to research it. So I'm giving you some tips on what I did. So if you have a recruiting problem, you need to figure out what problem you're having and then figure out what's the name of the problem and start getting the training that you need on that and working on yourself, because it all starts with you, okay? The next thing, you need to let your people know, okay? There's going to be some ups and downs, right? This is not going to be a straight shot to the moon, all right? And no entrepreneurship thing is. Have anybody in here ever had a traditional business like a restaurant or an offline business or something like that? Or they did a business and it cost like $10,000, $20,000, $30,000, something like that, right? Most people understand if they ever did that, cool. Most people understand if they ever did that or they know somebody who did that, that type of stuff it takes some time to get a turnaround. So why do people think they can just come in with no skills? If you got a restaurant and you never ran a restaurant before, you can't be mad if it fails because you didn't do the due diligence and figure out what you needed to know or get some expertise first. And yeah, it's the same thing online. You got to work on yourself and you got to learn what to do, and then you do it. Right. So you need to let your people know if this is an entrepreneurial run, and no entrepreneur, no matter what you do, you could be in this company, you could be in that company, because some people be like, well, since I got to do this in this company, then I'm just going to go to this other company. This stuff that I'm talking about, it works for any company. Okay, so if they're not willing to do it in with you, they just gonna keep on failing and failing until they wake up and say, you know what, I need to learn some skills, and it's okay, right? So no entrepreneurial journey is, like you said, some of y'all started a business before, all right, and it was not a straight shot to the moon. Was it just like you just paid $10,000, $20,000, $50,000, and you just profited in like 3 months? It's not always like that. Okay, there was ups and downs. Okay. It can be emotional. It can be challenging. Okay. There's going to be good days. There's going to be bad days. All right. There's going to be days where you just want to give up. Okay. Why? Why is this happening? It's overall, basically, you know, what you have to understand is it's going to be ups and downs. Okay. All right. But you will have ups and downs. So what you need to tell your people, all right, is inside of this biz is kind of unique, all right, because you are a solopreneur. You're in business for yourself, but I'm here to help you, all right, but you have to build it, okay? I'm going to show you the skills, but you have to do the work. I can't do the work for you, okay? That's stupid. I'm in business for myself too. Why you want me to do your work and my work? That's not fair, okay? And if people think like that, they're going to continue to have these cycles of life, and they're just going to be going through life and not knowing why they're not successful, because they think the way they think is jacking them up and nobody is telling them, okay? So you're going to be going out, all right? You need to tell your people you're going to be going out and talking to people, all right? You're going to be sharing the services, all right? And I'm going to teach you how to do that, all right? I'm going to show you how we do that inside of our business so that it's in a comfortable way for you. And sometimes you may be uncomfortable, all right? But it's going to stretch you. It's going to make you powerful. It's going to grow you, okay? It's going to make you the person that you wanted to be. If I would have just stayed with my broke self years ago, and I was just like, I don't want to learn this, I don't want to learn that, and I don't want to do this and that, I would have still be broke, okay? But until I made that decision, like, you know what? I'm about to go in. I like challenges. I'm the type of person, I like challenges. I'm up for a challenge, okay? And when it comes to working on yourself, you need to just say, I'm going to take a challenge on myself. Okay. I used to look at people and say, okay, they made $10,000 a month. Well, I'm about to go, you know, work my butt off and do the same thing. I like challenges. That's just how I am. It's not that I'm in competition with everybody. I want everybody to win. I love a good challenge. I'll take a challenge in a second. Okay. So you got to figure out how your mind works and what you like, and then you got to do that. Okay. Now, like I said, tell them this business is quite a bit more emotional than the typical entrepreneurial venture, okay? But it's going to be big highs and big lows, all right? And our goal is to have the highs to be bigger than the lows, okay? On our way while we're growing, just like Forex. If you're going to lose sometimes, right? You're going to win sometimes, but as long as you're winning more than you losing, you winning. Some people, they just have these lows and they just stay in their low, and it's like, get up, fight back, right? Okay. So while we're growing, all right, because in the beginning, you're not going to have a lot of skills. You need to tell them that. You need to tell them that. In the beginning, you are not probably going to have a lot of skills, unless you're talking to a leader who just, they always make money in whatever they do, okay? Some of them, they going to have skills, okay? But if you're talking to somebody who hasn't really had much success online, you need to let them know in the beginning, you're not going to have a lot of skills. As you're talking to them, it's something going on in their brain, okay? They're realizing things about themselves that they didn't know, and then they're going to appreciate you because it's like you know them almost. It's like, wow, it's like they know me, right? All right, it's a psychological process, okay? You're not going to have a lot of skills, all right? And you're going to be developing. You're going to be trying to learn and implement, All right, you're gonna be trying, you're gonna be learning. We're gonna be learning as we go. We're gonna be learning as we go, right? We're gonna be learning as we go, okay? There's gonna be some mistakes, all right? There's going to be ups, downs. Some people aren't going to understand what it is that you do. Some people, the very people you love, may not understand, you know, what it is we do. Some people may say you're a scam. Some people may say you're a pyramid, all right? That's normal. But here's the question I want you to ask yourself, okay? There's going to be ups and downs. There's going to be some emotional times. And here's how I'm going to know, okay, that you're going through this rough patch, okay? You're not going to be showing up to no calls. Remember, write this down. Whatever you need, you want them to do, say that in this part, insert it in that part. So if you want people to show up to trainings, if you want people to show up on Zooms, some of you know that you need to show up to Zoom. Some of you know that you need to show up to conference calls. Some of you already know that you need to show up to events because 80% of it is showing up, especially when you're on a team that does trainings, when you're on a team that got all this powerful stuff for people, right? You need to write that down because if you're saying, my team never shows up to anything, my team never does it, because you didn't tell them. You didn't tell them. You probably, okay, it came later, way after they joined us. Something came up. You was like, get on this call. That's different, okay? But when you do it, when they come in and you let them know, this is how I'm going to know that you're having an emotional roller coaster. If you're not showing up to the Zooms, if you're not adding people to the Facebook group, if you're not, you know, what else? Coming to the trainings, all right? If you're not taking notes when I'm doing the Zooms or when Dominique is doing the Zoom or when whoever your upline is doing the Zoom so that maybe you could do it later, okay? If you have somebody who is good at presenting and can close people on the Zoom, you better believe you should be taking notes on that Zoom. You need to be writing down what they say. You need to be writing down notes so that as you do it, you're gonna learn how to do it so that you can do it yourself. Remember, the goal is independence, okay? Now, don't go off being all crazy independent, saying nobody, I don't need this. Once you develop your skills and you making like, you know, $1,000, $2,000, $5,000, $10,000 a month, okay, that's fine. But if in the beginning, you need to learn, okay? And you can do it too, all right? You should be taking notes. So you let them know, here's how I'm gonna know, all right? Okay, you're not gonna be showing up for all the stuff that I just explained. You're falling off the face of the earth. That's how I'm going to know. So when this happens, how do you want me to respond? How do you want me to act? You want me to just leave you alone? Or do you want me to come find you and remind you of why you did this? So when people get started with you, you need to ask them, why are you doing this? And if your why don't make you cry, if your why don't make you fly, if your why is something that's not going to make you do it, it's not strong enough. Some of you be like, I want to make money. I want to make my kids proud and stuff. But you're not doing what you need to do. So obviously that is not strong enough to make you do what you got to do. It is what it is. I'm just being real, okay? Because I'm the type of person at this point, when you get to the point of making $10,000, $15,000 a week, you don't need everybody in your business. So I can tell the truth and I don't care because I'm going to attract people who are willing to do it. Now I get to weed out all the people who don't want to listen and be coachable. Okay. So once you are developing, you can talk about, you know, what people need to do and you get to weed out the wrong people. Okay. Because I have a list and I teach my team this all the time. I have note cards on this other side of this computer right here of my ideal business partner. My ideal business partner. I keep trying to tell people on my team to write down your ideal business partner and say it every day, but people don't know that it's a principle, so they ignore it and they don't do it. And then they wonder why they attract people who always doing this and that. I attract bosses every day into my business. Why? Because I have reprogrammed my subconscious mind to do so, okay? And I do it with my actions, okay? People who are bosses want to join leaders. And once you choose to become a leader, you can attract them too. So you're gonna let them know, how would you like me to respond? Do you want me to remind you or do you want me to fall back? And they're gonna tell you, I want you to fall back or they want you to remind me. I used to send messages to people on my team and say, hey, how was your week? Let's hold you accountable. How many times did you do this? And some of the people would ignore me. Why? Because I didn't go over this when they first joined. okay? And I had to learn this too, all right? So you have to be able to implement these things if you want to have duplication with your team, okay? If your team is just out there in la land and you expect them to be just have built this whole team and they don't have no skills and then you're not training them or nothing, you just it's not realistic. It's not. And I don't want you to become depressed like I was depressed at that time. Like seriously, I was really, really depressed because I didn't know this information. All right. Then the next thing you want to let them know that it's going to take time. It's going to take time. Your last business, you know, who knows how long that took? It could have took you a year, for example. Is it likely that this business may take some time for you as you build your skills? It's not always immediate for some people. Some people it is, depending on the amount of influence that they have when they join. But if you come in, you don't know nobody, you haven't been building relationships, never talk to people, you inside of your house all the time, then you're gonna have to build up, okay? But you can build from scratch, and it gets on my nerves. Oh my gosh, my pet peeve, this is my pet peeve, y'all, is when people say, you're lucky. You're lucky. You have a following and you lucky. People want to join you. I'm just like, what? I just want to scream. I'm like, are you freaking serious? You know what I mean? It's like, are you serious? Do you see me going live? Do you see me doing Zoom? Do you see me doing trainings for my team? Do you see me posting these ads here? Do you see me outside off the internet talking to these people? Do you see me doing training 30 minutes to an hour a day? Do you see me waking up and doing 10 pages of affirmation and intention, 10 pages of affirmation and intention at night, okay? Studying my skills, working on my craft. They don't see that. All they see is, oh, you're making all this money and you're lucky. I'm not lucky. I put in the work. I had a big enough why that made me cry and made me fly and helped me to seek out the right people to get the right training. If you do the same, you can do the same thing too. But if you're not willing to do what it takes, how can you be mad at your life right now? Okay, you either gotta make the decision to do what it takes. Is not hard, okay? Nothing that I do is hard. It's about how you believe in yourself. It's about how your attitude towards the things that you need to do to get to the next level. If you have a bad attitude towards doing this and doing that, then it's just gonna release chemical actions, and every time you do it, you're gonna feel some type of way, you're gonna wanna quit. So you have to have the conversation of time with the people who come in, because they need to understand that they have to develop some skills unless they already have skills magically, all right? But I started from scratch. I started with if you go on my page, go back to 2011, 2012, you're gonna see no engagement, you're gonna see no lives, you're gonna see me bringing no value. I wasn't motivating anybody. I was just in my box. I was broke. I didn't know what to do. But if you're going to do that, understand that you can work your way from scratch. Once I learned that I needed to learn some things, it only took me, I say, once I came to the awakening that I needed to learn the skills, okay, it took me probably 90 days. It took me 90 days once I started training about 30 minutes to an hour a day, and then I started applying it. It took me about 90 days. I built my page with quality people, okay, and I learned what to say to people. I learned what to do. I learned how to post, okay. I learned how to do my YouTube channel, all right, and I learned about consistency. So in that 90-day period, I was making probably about $1,000, $2,000 a month, $3,000 in that range. And then in about probably 5 or 6 months, I made 6 figures that year, okay? And the only thing that changed was my decisions, my shift. I just shifted. I was like, somebody told me, if you want to make money online, all the leaders make the money. I was like, all the leaders make the money. What about the people at the bottom? Like, what about the people who are not leaders? They said, oh, well, for them. So what do I need to do? They said, decide to be a leader. I was like, oh, okay, so I just need to make a decision to be a leader? I was like, okay, so how do I make a decision to be a leader? Say, I'm a leader. I was like, okay, I'm a leader. What's next? And they was like, okay, well, go through this training, all right? And let me see your page after this. And then I did it. And then it was like, okay, go through this training. All right, here's the next step. All right, are you doing it? Now you need to keep doing it, all right? Now you need to get your numbers up. Now you need to scale up. And I just kept doing it. And then eventually people was like thinking I was some leader. And I was just like, I didn't tell them I wasn't a leader. If you're a leader when you say you're a leader, okay? It is what it is. So let them know it's gonna take time, all right? Let them know that it involves work. Tell them it's gonna take some work, some hustle in the beginning. It's not magic beans that you just plant and it grows. We actually have to work at this. You need to work around finding the time to do this if you have a traditional job, all right? There's people who work 8, 10, one lady worked 14-hour shifts and she still does $5,000 to $10,000 a month, okay? You need to learn how to work around time and stop making excuses for anything, because if you keep using that excuse, then you can never get what you want. You have to understand there's people of all walks of life who are doing this with the same situation as you. So are you going to make the decision that they made? And then we got to work around finding the time to do this around all of the other things that you may have going on. We got to work on building up your contacts and building strong relationships with people so that you have enough rapport with them that they'll at least listen to what you have to say. And then on the next training we do, all right, we're going to actually talk about, all right, if you're going to be in the master class, all right, if you're going to be in that master class, we're going to actually talk about how to really, what you need to say to leaders, okay? What you need to say to leaders if you want them on your team, and all about the 90-day challenge, all right? I'm telling you, a 90-day challenge can completely, utterly change your life, all right? You're going to have to work at helping people pay their bills, because what are we? Bll Relief. That's what I do. I'm in the Bll Relief system, the Miracle Bll Relief system, okay? All right? This is why I will tell people. We're going to work on helping people paying their bills. We're going to have to work on training a team so they become more effective and more effective. How many of you will be proud of yourself? Just think about where you are now, and how many of you will be proud of yourself doing a training for your team? How would that make you feel? You got a team of 5 people, 10 people. You do a training for your team, all right? And at the end of the training, they're like, wow, that helped me out so much. How would that feel? It will feel good. It will feel really, really, really good. You should be proud of yourself. How many of you, if you face your fear of making a YouTube video, and then you get 100 views, 200 views, 300 views, how would that make you feel? It will feel great. How many of you, what if you faced your fears of doing a live video? How would that make you feel if you've been scared and scared and scared and scared, and then you finally did it, and then it wasn't as bad as you thought it was? Wouldn't you feel great? Okay? So start focusing on what you do want as opposed to what you don't want, all right? So you need to tell your people. This is probably one of the most important. Tell your people this, because some people come into opportunity, they think they're gonna just come in and then money's just gonna fall out the sky, all right? So let them know we're gonna work at a bunch of these things on becoming the leader. Now you're not afraid of work, right? You need to ask them that. Now you're not afraid of work, right? All right? Anybody on here afraid of work? Anybody on here afraid of work? Anybody not afraid of work? Anybody not afraid of work on here? Who on here is scared of work? Who on here is scared of work? Nobody? Everybody? So when people come in your business, you need to ask them, are you scared of work? And if they say no, good. You need to get them to say either yes or no. They need to say it. You know why? Because if they say it, it's going to send a subconscious thing through their minds to understand that it's going to involve work. Now, it's up to you to let them know what is work. Because if you're not telling your people what does work mean, they're going to go off. They're going to be doing stuff. They'll be like, I'm doing all this work. And they ain't doing nothing, right? That's not everybody. Some people will. I know people here who be grinding, and that's good. I know there's a lot of people here who grind. But you need to let them understand what exactly are income producing activities. It's the difference between work and non-productivity. Shuffling papers, or if you just posting ads and nobody's responding to you, that you didn't do no work for the day. And let me tell you that if you post an ad and nobody responds, you didn't do no work today. That's what I tell people. I said, if you post an ad and nobody responded, that's not work. Who did you invite to the group? Who did you get on the Zoom? That's work. That's work. I used to not let myself go to sleep until I invited at least 25 people, and they told me that they was coming. I would not let myself go to sleep. You know why I did that? because I started watching the greats. I used to hear them say stuff like that. So I started doing something like that. They was like, oh, they didn't go to sleep. One of my millionaire mentors made $154,000 in 30 days. You know what he said? He said he had 12 overnighters where he only went to sleep for 4 days. If you tell somebody that, they gonna go crazy, right? I'm just like, sheesh. The people who I know who millionaires, they work ethic is sick. They on the phone, they inviting people. One lady invited 1,000 people in a day. Some of y'all like, I invited 5 people. When I heard her say that, let me tell you something. You know what I found out? I had a whole awakening. I found out exactly how to make $1 million, y'all. Like, no joke. Like, straight up, literally, I had a light bulb go in my brain, and it was just like, oh, shoot. I can make $1 million. I knew all of the numbers. This is what I needed to know, y'all. Once I got to 6 figures or whatever, I needed to know what were the numbers. Nobody would tell me, y'all. Nobody would tell you until I spent $5,000. I spent $5,000 for 8 weeks, okay? After I made 6 figures, y'all, mind you, because nobody would help me before I made my 6 figures. I spent $5,000 for 8 weeks. And I got one of the numbers, okay? One of the numbers to $10,000 a month, which now, guess what? $10,000 a month is a cakewalk to me. And I'm not saying that as egotistical or anything like that, because I do that. I only say that to let you know that I started from nothing and I was able to do it. $10,000 is ridiculously easy, especially if you're in the miracle system. If you're in the miracle system, okay? And I'm gonna go over that in my masterclass too. Now, once I got to the number of $10,000 a month, I wanted to know what was the numbers to 7 figures. These are the numbers that I wanted to know. I wanted to know how many people were they inviting. All the other stuff, that's secondary to me. I wanted to know how many people were they inviting. I wanted to know how many people were they recruiting a month. I wanted to know how many people they had on their team. Okay, I needed to know what were they saying. I wanted to know what were they doing, okay? And guess what? I finally got it on April 7th. I think that was the date, or April 9th. I finally got the numbers. I was so happy. After this is my 6th year, 5 or 6 years, I forget the number. I finally got the numbers. I got the what to do. I got the what to say. I was so happy. I was like, I paid $1,500 to get that information after I spent over $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, I forget. But that was what I needed to know. I needed to know what to do, what to say. And this was broken down into commandments, the 10 commandments. And I like that because it was the 10 commandments of the company. It was the 10 commandments of the person who was speaking. All right. And I like that because I love principles. I want to know principles. I don't want to know things that's not going to make me money. I want to know what are the principles, because if you participate in the principle, you get to participate in the promise. So I found out the numbers and I was like, oh, freaking crap. So all I got to know how to do is to get these numbers aligned, right? So it's super, super powerful when you get information. And if you are in the masterclass, guys, you're in the masterclass, I'm going to share with you. I was given the okay that I can share it, all right? And I will be sharing it with you. Now, how do you get into the masterclass? If you're on here, I don't know, everybody know what the miracle system is, right? Everybody know what the miracle system is. Anybody on here don't know what the miracle system is? I think a lot of you know what the miracle system is. I think most people know what the miracle system is. Some of y'all might not know. That's okay. We're having a webinar tonight. If you're not in the miracle system, it's at 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern. Now, once you come on the webinar, you're going to get information about how it works. Now, in order to get into the masterclass, you need to do something called come in like a boss. Coming in like a boss is coming in at the top package of the miracle system. The reason I say that, okay, is because part of what I learned, and it's no point in coming to the masterclass if you're not on that package, because part of it is coming in at the top level of your company. Okay, that's part of it. So that's why I said the masterclass is people who come in at the top. Now, I'm not forgetting people who come in at lower levels. Okay, I'm not saying that. All right, we still going to go like the normal trainings that we do, because we do have wonderful trainings. But as far as the masterclass, I can only share that part with people who come into our base, because it's only fair if I spent all this money on it and to at least, you know, get the investment back. Now, this is not, you don't have to personally join me. That's called leadership. I'm doing this as a bonus for whether you come in under me, whether you come in under somebody else. I don't care who you come in under. They have to be at 17 banks, okay? So that is a huge bonus. That's why it's important to join the right team, because now you can leverage what I've been doing for years. This is another thing that I learned from one of my millionaire mentors, is when you do something, if you are in an opportunity, there's thousands of other people who a person can join. Why should they join you? If you don't know that reason, that's why nobody may be joining you, okay? I get tons of messages of people saying, hey, do I get your bonus if I join this person? Do I get that bonus? You know, that's a strategy. That's a strategy that I've been doing for the past couple of years that I learned from my millionaire mentor in 2017, all right? Bonuses. And whatever your bonus is, it needs to be 10 times the value of what you're offering. This is why so many people struggle online, because they can go join anybody. Why do they need to join you? The reason I get so many sign-ups is because I'm doing all the stuff that nobody want to do, right? They don't want to get on YouTube. Hey, free traffic for me, thanks, all right? They don't want to do a Facebook Live, free traffic for me. They don't want to be a guest speaker on the live. They don't want to give their testimonial on the Zoom, free traffic. Okay, it is what it is. The people who participate in the principles, they get to participate in the promise. It never fails. It never fails. So if you're not seeing the results, it's either a matter of divine timing, or it's a matter of you need to switch something that you need, whether it's building your audience, okay, on Facebook or Instagram or whatever the case may be, whether it's saying what you're saying to people, you really, really need to figure that out, okay? So remember that, tell people that it requires work, all right? They're gonna be having to build some relationships, all right? You need some passion, you need some creativity, all right? You need to be able to bring life into what you're doing, okay? You need to help them create a vision or catch on to the vision, okay? Because where there is no vision, it's nothing. You need a vision. That is what we're gonna be doing, all right? We're gonna be growing and building something for generations to come. This is the exit strategy we are building, something special, all right? Remember what I'm saying, because I want you to give your new people the exact same respect that I'm giving you to have this information. Bake this into your culture and team so that everyone has this information. You should be saying this to your people, okay? We're saying this to your people. If you see somebody who having some results and they saying certain things, you need to learn how to talk like them. Like, I had people come up to me and be like, you remind me of this person, that person. Yeah, because I be stalking them. I stalk them. I don't mind. I'm not ashamed. Shoot, I stalk them. They got an event, I'm going. I want to know how they move. I want to know how they dress. I want to know what they saying. I want to know their tone. I want to know their confidence. I want to know all of these things. I'm taking notes. Because if I can model them and do what they're doing, I get the same results. So you need to learn how to do that as well. All right. The other thing, you got to learn some skills. All right. You got to learn some skills. I want to help you develop some skills. This is what you talking to your person that's going to bring confidence. Confidence is going to take some action to bring confidence. At first, you might be nervous, but in order to gain confidence, you got to take action. Action eliminates that. Okay. Action eliminates fear. All right. Most of the learning, all right, just so you know, is going to be in the doing. Let them know that. Most of your learning is going to be in the doing. So we're just going to go and during the process, you're going to learn some and develop some skills. Like I said, the book Go Pro can help. This is your framework for a real business. The goal for you to be truly independent, and you can't do that if you don't have any skills. You need to let them know. The goal for you is to be truly independent, and you can't do that if you don't have any skills. So we're going to use a process called tell, show, do, teach. By the way, that's how people learn. Tell, show, do, teach. So if you think your person can maybe go through a training video and get it, some people don't know how to learn like that. So you got to tell them what to do. Then you need to show them, maybe get on a Zoom with them and show them what your day looks like. What are you saying to people? Something like that. And then let them do it, watch them do it, from watching people do stuff, I learned a lot of reasons why people don't be having success. Like people will add into their chats with people. I'm like, no wonder you're not having success. Look at what you're saying. I wouldn't join you either. So you got to tweak this, all right? And that's going to help you do that. Now, I'm going to tell you and show you and watch you, okay? And then you're going to try, and I'll be there to make sure you're good, and then you're going to do it without me so you don't need me anymore. That's honestly how people learn, because I want to teach you how to be successful by learning to become independent, and I can only do that if you learn the skills. And then you just ask them, does that sound good? So let's work on your skills, okay? And then next thing you want to let them know, it's going to require some focus. You can't be all over the place if you want to build a business, all right? If you try to build a restaurant and then you try to build 10 more, you will go crazy, all right? Now, if you build, like I said, if you had a restaurant, could you be focused on 15 other things? Probably not. You know, you ask them, do you know what that means, right? So in order to be successful in something, you're going to have to give it some time and focus, okay? Because what you focus on grows. You're going to have to give it some determination. You're going to have to put the tunnel vision on, put the blinders on for a season to be able to see what you can get out of the business, all right? If you just here to try for 30 days, you're not going to make no money. If you do that, if you have that intention, you already jacked up. So some people are all over the place, and you don't want to be that type of person, just all over the place. And I'm just saying, lock in for a season of time, maybe 90 days, 6 months, 12 months, just a season, not forever, until you're able to become independent from me. And then I'm going to let me show you how you can create income for your business, all right? And then the last thing you want to know, that you need to be strong, okay? And I know you may not feel this right now, but this is an emotional business, and it's going to require some mental toughness. You're going to have to put your big boy or big girl pants on and go out there and face it and get up like a boss, like you are, okay? It may sometimes come from all type of directions. Stuff might go crazy. Like I have people messing me all the time, like, things are just going in so crazy for me, oh my God, la, 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 right? You're going to have to get up. You're going to have to do what you need to do, even when you don't feel like it, so you get to the point where you do it on autopilot. All right. Some days you may be afraid of doing something. Some days you may be fearful. You're going to have to be tough. You're going to have some perseverance. Okay. And then you're going to have to learn how to gain some confidence so you can be profitable, because people like to join confident people. And that's when it becomes a real business. So my goal is to help you do that. All right. And you know why that's why I'm spending so much time for you. Let them know, like, this is why I'm spending time with you, in order to help you do it, because I want you in the process to do what? Teach the next person. All right, teach the next person. It's so many people I plug into everything, and then when they bring in somebody, they don't plug them into nothing, and it's so annoying sometimes. But you can't be annoyed if you didn't teach them that, right? So I gained so much power by learning that I'm responsible for my success. And if people not knowing what to do, that means it's something that I can work on to get better. Now, everybody's not going to follow it, but everybody shouldn't be just all over the place. So let them know that. And you can have a template, you can have a getting started checklist, and all of that good stuff. Somebody say, yep, big boy pants. All right. Let people know that they're responsible for success. So anybody have a specific question that they want to ask me right now, go ahead and ask it. You can go ahead and ask it. Maybe you have some specific that you.
Shanice here.
Hey, Shanice.
Hi, Dominique.
Hey, yeah.
Question. So, of course, coming in at a lower level, I do hear you talk about adding bonuses or giving value. So if you come in at a lower level, what bonuses would you suggest to probably help increase numbers in closing?
Okay. So it depends on what skills that you have. Do you have any particular skill that you have that you can offer people?
So what you're saying is, as far as a bonus meeting, I could say that I offer YouTube training. I offer.
Yes.
So, okay, so that's what you mean, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Got it. Okay, that's what I wanted to clarify.
There you go. Good. Yep, you can offer that.
Okay.
Let's see, when does it start? I'm getting ready to give out the date. Probably within a few days, this week or next week, and then yeah, I don't know the exact date yet, because we got to do the official video for the compensation plan and a bunch of stuff. So I want to make sure I get the majority of that done, and stuff like that, and then do it so I can be committed to that. Anybody else have any questions that they want to ask me? Are you maybe struggling in some area, or
Dominique, I have a question.
Yes.
Are the calls going to continue for the 4th, or just are you skipping that day?
For the 4th, what's that? Actually, it depends on what Janice want to do, because it's Janice does Thursdays, so it depends on her. She said she'll be here, so yep, you're good.
And then my second question is, how do you contact the people that their phone numbers don't work that haven't paid for their next month?
If you don't see their phone number, do you see their email?
Okay.
Yeah, you could try to email them, stuff like that.
And they should be in your shout anyway, right?
What'd you say?
They should be in their shout. If they were already there from the month before, they still should be sitting in a shout somewhere.
Mm-hmm. Yep. That's true. Anybody else have any questions?
I've got a question.
Dominic.
Yes.
Yes. With the back office, some of the due dates, are they still working on that? Because some of their dates aren't matching up with when they actually started.
Yeah.
Like it's not a full 30 days.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. People you want to keep track of that. And you can tell when they pay, because hopefully you got the payment. You can go back to when they pay. That will be the day. You just got to keep up with that. Just for a while, for a season. You know how it is, guys.
Yeah. Got it. Okay, thanks.
Yes. Okay, good.
Dominique, one more question, please.
Yes.
The people, I've got 2 people underneath me that said they don't like the fact that they can see the people can see them and what they're doing. Is that going to change in the matrix view?
That one actually is going to change. Yep, it is. Somebody else had a question?
Yeah, Dominique, Eugene, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing good. As far as the back office is concerned, I know you got a video out there showing what the back office is supposed to look like, but I know mine don't look nothing like that. It still looks the same from when it did before. And I was just wondering, when is all that stuff going to be caught up?
Yeah, that part, I'm just waiting for the programmer. He's in Panama, somewhere weird. He just happened to go in Panama, and he finished everything. Actually, it's just you can't see it. That's the crazy part. He basically he sent it to me. Nobody can see it right now, but it's done. It's just in testing mode, and I'm waiting for him to message me back when he gets from Panama. That's what's going on right now. So.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's done, y'all, so I'm excited about that. It's just in testing mode. You know how I go. You got to test it.
Yep.
But it's done. It is done.
Okay.
So that's good, and I'm excited about that. I'm like, yes! Who else have any questions?
I have a question, Dominique.
Yes.
My dad is trying to sign up. Sorry, let me change this off. My dad is trying to sign up, and I'm trying to send you the fee for the administrative fee.
Mm-hmm.
But your Cash App wasn't working, and for some reason the Google Pay isn't working. So is there another way that I can send it to you?
Yeah, you can send me a message on Facebook, and then you can get an invoice.
Okay, and then for proof of payment, I just send that through Telegram? But I'm not really familiar with that app. So.
Well, yeah. Send me a message. I'll help you do that.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Congratulations on getting your dad in. Hey.
Thank you. Yeah, he's excited.
That's good. Awesome.
Thank you.
Yes.
So related to the bonuses, I'm taking notes now. How would I add that into the script, or like a small pitch that says I offer extra bonuses?
Make a video.
Say it again?
Make a video.
Oh, simple.
Yes, videos convert better than text, and phone converts better than text as well. Everything mostly converts better than text. So
here's why to join me in business.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Because you need some type of leverage. Not all the time, but if you do have some type of bonus, you have a greater chance. Because what they're gonna do, they're gonna start researching. They could find somebody else you don't even know. But when you
Right.
have that, you get yes, you can let them know that you'll be working closely with them and stuff like that. That's
Okay.
always good.
All right.
Good question. Anybody else have a question? All right, good. All right, that's all for today. If you need details about the masterclass, get back with the person who invited you. If I invite you, just let me know, or if you need to upgrade or whatever you need to do before probably the end of this week, I'm thinking for that, then yes, let's get it. Let's go. I'll see you guys next time. Have a great day. Bye.